821 at the Big 550 KTRS. That's the introductory music for our tech segment here on McGraw Live in the Morning. And it means Larry Stendenbach is here. Larry is the tech guy, the IT guy from First Rule Film, where we do this show live in University City. And welcome back to the show, Larry. Nice to see you.
Hey, nice to see you, Paul. Kelly, good morning.
Larry.
So we're headed for Halloween.
We are.
And unfortunately, I was not able to get my Trick or Treat app going. This is where you sit in your living room with a phone and you tap something and people give you candy.
Oh, I like that.
It hasn't quite worked out yet. I haven't been able to convince the people to actually
man.
send me the candy yet.
I think you're on $1 million idea there. We got to iron out the details. So,
You know what? In the tech world, $1 million idea is garbage. You got to come up with $1 billion idea. You
true.
go
It's
to
true.
a venture capitalist, say, I have $1 million idea. They'll say,
Yawn.
Yeah, so does my secretary. Get out.
It's true. The world has changed. It's crazy.
Not going anywhere. But you have some Halloween related
Yeah,
stuff.
I figured we'd talk about some Halloween tech. I got one good set of Halloween costumes that are kind of make you stand out from the crowd, and one fun little high-tech prank that you can use. So,
Okay.
This Halloween, which is coming up on Saturday, I think what we're going to get all inundated with is just tons of Star Wars costumes.
Oh, yeah.
It's just everyone's going to be the Star Wars costumes here, which is great. But if you want to stand out from the crowd and be a little bit high-techy and cool, really inexpensively, you should check out something called Digital Duds, spelled D-U-D-Z. Essentially, an ex-NASA engineer created a Halloween costume one year for himself where he used iPads on the front and back of his shirt, and it made it look like you could see through him.
because there was a hole in the shirt where you
Yeah.
could see the...
And essentially had the
You stick
camera
the
going
iPad
on
in
both
there.
sides, and you could see through him. And it was a fun little idea, but the internet loved it. So what he did is he actually created this Digital Duds site. If you search for Digital Duds, again, D-U-D-Z, you'll find it on Google. And essentially there's a series of different costumes they've made with crazy Halloween imagery on them. And then you can go download a free application that has animations that are part of that imagery. And then you can put it in the shirt or costume or mask or whatever you buy from their site, and you have an animated Halloween costume that ranges from their stuff on their site ranges up from $12, so really not that expensive.
Very reasonable.
And the shirts might just be bloody streaks or something
Yeah.
like that, or some Halloween pattern on them. But there's
Exactly.
actually, is there a slot in the shirt?
There is. So what they've done is they've developed a way that you can fit a phone of any size, doesn't matter what size of phone you have, into a specialized slot they have in all their costumes that fit the phone and actually allow you to line up the animation on the phone with the rest of the image.
So the favorite, Larry has shown this to us, our favorite one is the one of, it's essentially just an eyeball.
It's an eyeball.
Yeah, that's
It
moving around.
looks a little bit bloodshot, but
Yeah.
it's looking out from your chest.
Exactly. And on alone on the phone, it doesn't look that impressive. It looks like an eyeball on a phone. But when you put it in the suit, in amongst, and I think it's a creepy baby doll picture, it's really quite creepy. The effect is quite good, and you look like you've spent a lot of time in your Halloween costume when in reality you've spent probably $13.
and they're like shirts and masks. You
There
can
are
have the
masks.
mask. You can
Oh, the
stick-
masks are neat. They even
Yeah.
had a scuba diver mask that you can
Yes.
have that makes it look like water's filling up in your scuba diver mask and like a fish is swimming in
Right.
front and you're sitting there looking at it.
Because that's the animation on the phone that you have
Exactly.
in front of your face.
It's a really simple trick
genius.
that looks good and it's a lot of fun.
Now, the app is free to download.
It is.
Digital Duds app. But I will warn you this. If you're going to use this while you're out in public, turn off your notifications.
It's a good
Because
it's a good
as
point.
creepy as the eye would be in the middle of your chest, it would also be creepy if it was a weird text from your friend. Dude, where the hell are you? Or something like that.
it would certainly break the immersion.
Yeah.
Or your
The
spouse
effect wouldn't
saying,
be the same.
Or your spouse saying, you said you'd be home by 11, etc.
Exactly. Well, that's pretty scary. But so, I think that's a great idea. There's still time if you want to get there and quickly order one of these, or if you just, if you're the DIY person, you can download the app for free. And if you can affix your phone or tablet behind it, they have even things from Marvel. So they have things like the Iron Man arc reactor, and things like that. You could put behind a shirt very simply, and boom, you spent nothing on Halloween.
You
It's
realize that
pretty
in the time we've been talking about this, somebody has figured out how to sext their genitals and put that on the front of their pants.
Oh, Harris.
I imagine that probably is happening somewhere.
I'm sure. I
That
guarantee.
doesn't surprise me.
100%. It's America. We got 320 million Americans. You know what I mean? Nobody out there is taping the phone to the front of their pants with pictures they've downloaded from porn. Come on, Kelly. I'm not the only one who thinks this
I
way.
would never think that.
That would be a
course
great
you
practical joke. And speaking of practical joke, my next item for Halloween is a high-tech practical joke.
Yeah?
It is a toilet paper roll that is motion sensitive and has a speaker in it. And when used, it emits a whole bunch of scary
so
Halloween
when you
noises.
pull on the paper and it starts unrolling,
Correct. It starts all sorts of Halloween noises, howling, growling, your normal affair of Halloween sounds. But because you can't see the rolls, you don't know where it's coming from necessarily. And so it's called the Creepy Toilet Paper Holder with Sounds, a very original, creative name. And you can get it on Amazon for $6.
You're in the right place if it scares you enough to,
Yeah, I suppose that's
bodily
true.
function.
You know why they call it that? Because it's that is search engine optimization right there.
It's true.
If you wanted to, if you go to Amazon,
Every one of those words.
or even Google and type that in, what is it again?
It's Creepy Toilet Paper Holder with Sound.
Well, there you go. That's it. You don't even have to come up with a name for that.
Yeah.
What's our brand name going to be? It's going to be Creepy Toilet Paper with Sound. That's all you need.
I wonder what it does, right?
We have neighbors. I still remember this from when my daughter was little and we went out into the neighborhood. I think every neighborhood has the creepy Christmas house where the people go way, way over the top with Christmas decorations and lights that you can see from the International Space Station. Well, our neighborhood had the creepy Halloween house where the people really went all out. And I'm not just talking about, the ghosts or they used to have a hanging effigy in front of the house and the inflatables and all that sort of stuff. But they went the audio route as well. And for several years, as you approached the house, the motion detector would turn on the music, which was Halloween related, which of course was Monster Mash and all that sort of stuff. But one year, after going there maybe 3 years in a row, all the little kids in the neighborhood looked forward to it because there was the music and they would dance and all that sort of stuff. One year, it wasn't music. It was the kind of creepy Halloween sound effects, and you'd approach the house and the house would scream. That really cut down on the candy consumption at that house that year.
But that didn't get old at all.
I bet it scared a few adults too, Paul.
Not me. No, didn't bother me because I knew we're approaching the creepy
Yes.
Halloween house.
You knew it was coming up.
Anything could be going on here. All right, Larry, thanks for coming by this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Happy Halloween. It's 8:28 at the Big 550 KTRS.
A burglary in your home is something you never get over. You feel violated.